this title is crazy because when I think of this, my mind goes to Luke, 2 Live Crew. It says Miami Beach breaks up with young black people as city warns them do not come here for spring break. You know, a lot of people go there and they end up just, I mean, all willy-nilly, if you know what I mean. All willy-nilly. So this, I'm just wondering, is this really going to happen, or they going to find some way to turn up? I've never participated in any type of spring breaking or none of that type of stuff, because every time you see this stuff, there's always a fight or somebody shooting or just something going on crazy, man. Oh no. Oh no. But we're going to check this out again. Appreciate you guys coming over and watching. We ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
From the skies above Miami Beach, this might look like the start of the same old spring break. Why Miami Beach?
It's the best place to go for spring break.
But one thing's already clear. Those flocking to South Beach for some fun in the sun are aware that the rules are going to be very different this year.
If you plan on coming to Miami Beach for spring break, don't do it. All of the streets are blocked down here. Do not come down here.
The city's high-profile campaign to break up with spring break.
This isn't working anymore.
And it's not us, it's you.
Includes videos like this.
You can expect things like curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking.
All of it coming after violence and bad behavior marred the last few years. During spring break last year alone, Miami Beach police made 573 arrests and impounded more than 100 firearms. 2 fatal shootings, including one on Ocean Drive, led to a curfew and a state of emergency.
I have a little wire in my brain that detects when something's racist, and that's how I knew that Miami spring break ad was racist as hell. Now, I've seen a city say that they don't want black people in the city, so they raise the prices and push black people out. Now, that's called justification. We've seen that. But never have I ever seen a city use taxpayer dollars to pay a marketing company to create an ad that said the exact same message. Might I say that marketing company ate? It had just enough of diversity, hilariously funneled through a topic we're all familiar with, getting broken up with. I argue that they're addressing the common people's frustrations of traffic by causing more traffic, and yes, I can see how this is necessary. But is this really necessary? We're all familiar with major cities having big festivals that bring tourism and traffic. But as we know, Coachella's demographics are very, Asking Google, when do black people travel to Miami the most? I found out that they travel during spring break the most. Ooh, word, T. Well, that explains all the crime. Well, that was racist too. Crazy ass Florida been having crime with or without spring break. I know you're not talking about crazy ass Florida where Jeffrey Epstein had them kids down there in that bed. Festivals keep the motherfucking bills paid. I couldn't even fathom to see the amount of money that they make during these weekly festivals. Coachella, Mardi Gras, Miami spring break. So you have to ask yourself, why Miami? But we was cool out, like we was locked in. It's the people. I think they're trying to gentrify Miami. Like, I feel like they're trying to make it a more luxurious kind of city. Know that ad cost a couple mil.
I'm listening to her, and I'm also saying that they just had some fatal shootings, or this. She the type. I'm gonna just say this. She's the type of person that it has to happen to her for her to really understand. You know, she'll go to spring break, and something might happen to one of her friends, and then she gonna start yelling, talking about y'all don't know how to act, and this and this and that. I've seen it too many times. Ain't nothing happened to her yet, so she can say this. Keyword.
And they make a couple bill off the festival.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about the young scholars who apparently are not invited to Miami. Okay, they're not invited to Miami for spring break because the astronauts, year after year after year, every year really, they decide to cause chaos and destruction during spring break. Okay, and Miami Beach is saying enough is enough. you are not invited. Now, this is a very fascinating story to me because this is an example of how you get the so-called racial discrimination that the woke revolutionaries love to complain about so much. Except this is not really discrimination based off race as much as just discrimination based off behaviors that happen to be exhibited by a group of people who are mainly composed of the same race, right? I mean, that's what it is, okay? But again, you can't blame Miami Beach. You can't blame the city for saying, hey, we are basically going to tell these types of people, don't come here anymore, okay? Because every year, these people have caused chaos and destruction that's probably cost the city millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's probably not even worth it financially or economically to deal with the chaos and destruction that comes as a result of the young scholars coming to the city for spring break. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and react to this clip in which the local news media is going to make it pretty obvious who this warning is targeted towards.
Beach, an attempt to break up with spring breakers isn't stopping them from coming.
Local 10's Samir Nefsi is live on South Beach with how things are looking tonight. Samir.
Nicole and Calvin, so definitely smaller crowds than years prior. Of course, one thing the city tried to implement this year was to break up with spring breakers, but that included beefing up security measures. We have officers across Ocean Drive right now, and some just congregated outside of what appears to be a nightclub. So the question remains, did the city break up with spring breakers?
We're like a toxic ex. You can't break up with us.
Toxic ex or not, spring breakers have piled into Miami Beach. As the sun went down and neon signs illuminated.
The spring breakers, they have a right to enjoy, but they don't have a right to destroy.
I think people just need to control themselves.
Unnoticeable police presence vamped up along Ocean Drive, both on foot and cycle. The beefed up security comes following recent years where the city has racked up nearly 600 spring break arrests.
Dropped our son off at Fort Lauderdale, which was loaded with young people, but here it doesn't seem like there's, that many.
The talk of the town.
Curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking.
The city's move to break up.
This isn't working anymore.
With the breakers.
Wow. Look at how the news media is basically blatantly trying to tell the viewer without actually really saying it explicitly who they're trying to prevent or disincentivize from coming to the city. These young astronauts, right? Like astronauts that look like this, right?
What did he say though?
Again, they are so blatant with it. Okay, this is a rare instance of the news media being very blatant about who the target demographic is. Okay, these two individuals can accurately describe most of the people that they're telling, hey, we don't want you to come here anymore, right? I guarantee you, individuals that look like this are 100% being profiled, right? 100% police are following them around. Police are watching them closely, probably, searching them and all types of stuff like that. But hey, at the end of the day, can you blame them, right? How can you be mad about it? Because the city wants the money, right? They want people to come to the city to have fun and to patronize the businesses, right? But if it gets to the point where the cons outweigh the pros, the negatives outweigh the positives, right? Then this is what they have to do. They have to say, well, don't come. And if you do come, right, we're going to make sure that, we're going to keep an eye out on you. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind there's a police officer very close to these individuals. Okay, if they're down there on South Beach, yeah, there's a police officer, probably a couple police officers surrounded by these individuals, right? Not on camera. Okay, and I don't blame them. I don't blame the city. I really don't, because at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's just so funny to me how the local news media is making it obvious.
Once someone gets shot and stuff like that, it's like, okay, that's enough. Because I'm pretty sure it's been a lot of fights that have been led up, fights. When people start dying, it's like, come on, man. Come on. You got to remember, like, some people are already crazy. Then they get drunk. Like, come on, man. It's people going down there. I'm saying it's people going down there to enjoy themselves, and then there's people going down there to cause havoc. That is never a good combination at all.
Who the target demographic is. These are the spring breakers. These are the astronauts that the city doesn't want to come for spring break anymore. And every story that I've covered since this channel began, when it comes to Miami spring break and the chaos and destruction, a vast majority of the people committing the chaos happen to look like these individuals.
It's just facts.
Now, again, the woke revolutionaries will boo-hoo whine and cry, racism is racist. You're targeting blacks, right? That's what they'll say. But hey, it is what it is. You bought it on yourselves, right? You are the reason why this stereotype exists. If you weren't exhibiting bad behavior and causing chaos and destruction every time there's a spring break in Miami, then they wouldn't do this, right? They wouldn't do it. They'd be happy to take your business. They'd be happy to allow you to come to South Beach and to party and have fun if you could do it responsibly. But you've shown that you can't do it. So now they got to target you. Now they got to stereotype. Now they got to profile, because that's in the best interest of the city, the businesses, the residents, okay? To keep it safe. It is what it is.
Miami has done a very, very good job of making sure, the safety procedures in place, but you can't cancel us.
We ain't never breaking up. We staying together forever.
Saw something on social media. Somebody put out why not to come here for spring break. I saw that. I thought that was interesting.
As for parking, said, you know what? Since the $100 parking fee, instead of walking, we're gonna ride the horses.
All right, so as for those safety measures, or beefed up safety measures, those will take place Thursday through Sunday, this weekend and next. We're live from Miami Beach. I'm Samir FC, Local 10 News.
Only on South Beach you ride a horse for spring break.
Yeah, well, like I said, some people will complain about it. They'll boo-hoo, whine, and cry racism and this, that, and the other, but I don't think it's racist. I think that, honestly, at the end of the day, the city is trying to protect themselves, trying to protect the businesses, trying to protect the citizens. And it's unfortunate that they have to do this. But again, this is what happens when you have, these people go down there for, spring break. It's tax season. Okay. So, a lot of people getting their refund checks. This is the first time they ever been on a plane, right? This is the first time they ever been to Miami. Okay. They, seen Miami Vice or something on TV. They watch some reality show and they're down there, taking a vacation of their lifetime, spending their tax refund check, and they don't know how to act. Okay, so now this is what they have to do in order to keep the peace. So it is what it is, and we'll see if there's a lot of chaos and destruction this year in Miami, right? I hope that there's peace this time around. I'm pretty sure there will be, considering how they're not inviting these people back. But it's crazy how the NAACP, they don't even have to issue a travel advisory, right? The black folks, to tell them not to come to Florida. These cities are basically telling black people don't come anyways. Okay, specifically during spring break. It's hilarious. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.
Yeah, man. When I was growing up, what was popular was the Shaw. If you from LA, everybody used to get in their cars and go. I mean, you have lowriders out there, and people they used to call it parking lot pimping. You go on the Shaw, find a spot to park your car, and if you're guys, you would either wave down girls or girls would wave down guys, vice versa. And y'all exchange numbers, and it goes from there. That was always on the weekend on the Shaw. Was there violence? Yes. Was there fights? Yes. Did people get shot? Yes. I mean, you go look at the movie Boys in the Hood, that scene where the dude shot the gun in the air. That was on the Shaw. So it's been happening for a long time. My whole thing is like, will there ever be a time where people can just gather and just enjoy the night without any craziness? And the answer is no, because like I said, when alcohol is involved or any other type of drugs or just whatever, you already know And be honest, it's all types of races that be out there acting up. But when you look and you see videos, people who look just like me. You know, and you talk to them, and I mean, they out there jumping on cars and all. It's crazy. You know, Lakers win a championship. What they do? It's a riot. People flipping over police car. I don't know what it is about people just wanting to just act up versus just having fun, man. And you'll hear people like, man, y'all ruin everything. You know, it's crazy. It is. But hey, appreciate you guys coming over. I've never experienced spring break in my life at all. All right. Peace out.